All right, so we've just got a couple word problems that we're going to do the same thing with these word problems that we just did on our other problems of just the straight algorithms. And it says, Mr. Volok buys 2 4/10 kilograms of sugar for his bakery. If he pours 2/10 kilograms of sugar into separate bags, how many bags of sugar can he make? So I'm going to take this 2 4/10, or sorry, I wrote that completely wrong. 2 4/10. And I'm going to divide it into 2/10 for each of those bags. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this 2 4/10 and I'm dividing it by 2/10. And because I'm dividing, I don't want to mess with those decimals. I'm going to turn it into a whole number. So I'm multiplying both of them by 10. And I get 24 halves or 12 bags. Okay, so each bag has this 2/10, but I want to know how many bags he can create out of all of this, and he can create 12 bags. But then it says if he pours 4/10 kilograms of sugar into the separate bags. So now I've got that 2 4/10 kilograms still, but now I'm dividing them into 4/10 kilogram bags. I want to know how many bags he'd have now. So I'm going to take that 2 4/10, divide it by 4/10, multiply it by 10 because I want to get rid of those decimals. I've got 24 fourths or 6 bags. Okay, so the reason why, if you're kind of confused, like, why am I turning it into a whole number? Well, the reason is because this is what I have. I'm putting this into each of the bags, and I'm going to have 6 bags. So you can't have like 6/10 bags or 6/100 bags. It's basically what you're doing is you're taking this and dividing it into something, which is going to be your whole number, and this is how many goes into each of those parts. Okay. It says 2 wires, one is 17 4/10 meters long and one 7 5/10 meters long, were cut into pieces 3/10 meters long. How many such pieces can be made from both wires? So on this one, what you could do is you could do 2 separate problems, or we could go ahead and add them up. Okay, so I'm actually, just to kind of make this easier in a smaller number, I'm going to go ahead and do both of them kind of separate. And I'm going to get 174 thirds. So 174 divided by 3 goes in, nope, not 6 times, 5 times. 15, 24, get 8. Okay, so this wire gets 58 pieces of wire. And then I've got this one. $0.75. I actually already know what that's going to be. That's going to be 25. And when I add these two together to know how many I have all together, 58 plus 25, you have 83 pieces. Okay, now I could have added both of these up, and I could have had the same exact thing where I just take these two numbers and then I would just divide it by 3, but the 83, I just kind of showed you how you could do that separately, okay? It says, Mr. Smith has 15 6/10 pounds of oranges to pack for a shipment. He can ship 2 4/10 pounds of oranges in a large box and 1 2/10 pounds in a small box. If he ships 5 large boxes, what is the minimum number of small boxes required to ship the rest of the oranges? So here's the thing. I can only ship in 5 large boxes. So if he can ship 2 4/10 oranges in a large box, I'm going to actually figure out how many pounds that is in the large boxes. So I'm going to get, then it's a tenth, so I need to do 20. So he actually can ship 12 pounds in that 15, in the large box. So if I have 15 6/10 minus 12, I have 3 6/10 pounds left to be able to put into a small box that the small box has that 1 2/10 pounds. So I'm going to take that 3 6/10 divided by 1 2/10. I get 36 divided by 3. So the minimum number of small boxes that he can ship are only 3 boxes. Okay, the reason is, excuse me, is because first I needed to figure out how much, if he can ship 2 4/10 pounds in a large box and he can ship 5 of them, I figured out how many boxes, how many pounds. So he was able to ship 12 pounds in the large box. I subtracted that from what he had, from what he can ship in large boxes, and I got 3 6/10 left as how many pounds he had to make for the small box. So then I took that and divided it by how many can go into the small box, which is 1 2/10 of a pound. I got the answer of 36 divided by 3 because I wanted to figure out how many were going to be divided, and it was going to be 3.